The answer to that is yes. In Florida, there's a long-running tax credit scholarship program, which is now a decade and a half old. So you can actually look at data. This is what Heritage does, right? We have our ideas about policies, but ultimately we're going to be the umpire and say this has worked or not worked. So the data is very clear there that school choice has not only helped the participants in that program, but very interestingly, considering the common objection by some left of center friends, which is that you're taking money out of the public schools, you're going to harm them. That quote unquote competition actually causes an improvement in the public schools nearby. And so my colleague Jay Green at Heritage, PhD in education policy, statistician, economist, has proven this time and again. Also in Tennessee, but most profoundly in Arizona, which has been the leader in school choice for the last 2 decades, first with charter schools and now with universal school choice. There's data, very clear data that shows that school choice has benefited not only the participants, but schools in our students in public schools writ large. I'm happy to say as a postscript that this year, 2023, is already the most successful year for universal school choice programs being passed by legislatures. Iowa has done that. Utah has done that. I remain cautiously optimistic that my adopted home state of Texas will do that by May. And the result is, just to speak to friends in your audience who are left of center and skeptical of school choice, is not to be worried that it's going to harm public schools. There's actually no evidence that suggests that. And I don't mean that in a stubborn way, wagging my finger saying, don't you dare believe that. It's a very normal, natural reaction to think, right? But I would encourage them to read the work of my friend and colleague Jay Green on that. It would really allay those concerns. And this is what's going to happen by the end of 2020s, Will. People are going to become accustomed to this. They're going to become familiar with it. And they're going to say, we as Americans, left to right, want to continue our commitment to public education. It's just that public education is going to look a little different because it's the 21st century. And I think once Americans are able to grasp that, they're really going to love it. And just as we did in the late 1800s and the 20th century, in spite of the pluralism of the United States, we're going to embrace that as a very specific, noble American objective.